you need music for a workout, that's the album you put on. Their new one is just insane. It's incredible. These days, oh man, it can be anything from Dean Martin to The Clash. You know, like to me, it's, you know, relaxing is putting stuff on in the background while you do the things that normal people do during the day, like cook for yourself, clean up your house. You know, I have such an eclectic taste that to me, it can be anything from, you know, old obscure Jackson Browne stuff to, you know, just putting on, you know, Toto's greatest hits.
Gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa.
You just never know what you're gonna hear in my house, to be honest, and I kind of like it that way. 9 times out of 10, you're going to hear stuff that a 5-year-old likes because I have kids. So unfortunately, it's probably Baby Shark before it's Boogie Wonderland.
Baby shark do-do-do-do-do, baby shark do-do-do-do-do, baby shark do-do-do-do-do, baby shark.
I push my fingers into my eyes.
I think the underground is always going to be healthy because that's where the majority of the trendsetters, the cutting edge artists come from. Whether it's bands like Knock Loose or bands like this fantastic band called Horror, which is like hip hop, metal, electronic, hardcore. Like they dabble in so many different genres, and they're so good. That's where the new generation comes from, is the underground, you know, especially for our genre. But as far as like the mainstream goes, I mean, it's really hard to kind of figure out because it's like, what do people consider rock these days? You know, I mean, if you ask the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they don't really know, do they?
The preservation of the modern me.
No, of course not. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know if it's a sense of responsibility as much as just kind of putting our money where our mouth is. You know, for us, we've always tried to be a band that promotes the next generation. You know, that's how this genre stays alive, is by foisting the next batch, basically. You know, the new headliners, the future headliners, the ones who are going to be massive. And we've always tried to do that, whether it was with Mudvayne or Hatebreed, or, you know, doing, you know, tours with Disturbed, or and getting from the you know, like doing this tour with Behemoth. Those are the bands who are going to carry everything into the future. Those are the bands that we're trying to impress on a new generation to keep this thing at the level that it is. Because let's face it, it's the fans who keep this music here, not the airplay. Yeah, it's important. I don't think it's so much as we take it upon ourselves to do it out of responsibility, as much as that we do it because we want to, because that's how we made it, and that's how we hope that you know, the next generation makes it.
Yes, and shall I wait and bleed?
Well, obviously, I mean, Rival Sons is right there. Royal Blood is a great rock act. There's something visceral about their music that's really, really good.
My eyes are still burning red.
wanted to get into like the darker edge stuff, Code Orange is fantastic. Knocked Loose, their new album is sick. Oh my God. I mean, if you need music for a workout, that's the album you put on. Their new one is just insane. It's incredible. And this band that I'm not sure anybody's heard about, Slipknot. That's a great question. All the stuff that I mean, obviously I'd love to get something of ours in a Marvel movie. You know, the geek in me is craving that. But I mean, the closest I think we got was The Boys. You know, being able to kind of work Saul Wayforth in with that. And honestly, The Boys is one of my favorite comics that ever was. You know, and the fact that the TV show has kept the spirit of that so close is just. Yeah, it's so good, you know. I will alleviate the pressure, regarding you and me. I found my bottom line, dead on the front lines. I know I'm never. I'd love to hear one of our heavy tracks in like a massive zombie war scene, you know, where like the heroes are kind of wading through the undead and all you hear is just the riff from like Heretic Anthem or Red Flag or something. For some reason, I would love to hear Slipknot in like an Edgar Wright movie, you know, especially something just completely mental, you know, like I always thought that, you know, it would have fit in completely with the blank scenes in The World's End would have been great for like just a like Eyeless or something insane, you know. Yeah, we'd love to send out holograms on tour and we could play from our living room.